Hello, Leo Rising. It's great to see you again. My name is Chloe and I'm your Oracle. Today I'm going to be channeling your cosmic energy forecast for Leo season. And I'm working with two decks today. The Oracle I've selected is the Dream Gate by Danielle Noel. And this is amazing for this current portal that we're in, moving from, the lunar energy of Cancer um, to the solar energy that is Leo. And the tarot deck we're working with today is Morgan Greer, Tarot in a Tin. This is from the 70s, very bold colors. This one was very much calling to me. For the forecasting today, it's like got a lot of mustaches. Yes. So before we dive in, thank you so much for being here. As you're probably aware, or maybe not, but this is a newer channel, so I'm so grateful for your support. I've been doing these forecasts in this format just for a few months now, and it has taken, it feels like a while, like in linear time, to be honest, to develop the capacity to deliver these messages in this format. So I'm so grateful that you're here, and yeah, so glad to have your support on this path. Um, so Leo season, Leo rising. Yes. So this month, the sun is activating our first house, the first house in the whole sign natal chart. So it is very much a time to step into our next level, to have that courage, to be authentic. It's a great time for switching up your appearance, like makeover, a photo shoot, even that type of vibe, which is yeah, hilarious because it's like so that's so Leo season anyway, right? Like we're here to very much shine a light and lead from our hearts and set that example. And it's just yeah, so fitting for yeah, for Leo season, that energy, right? Um so the oracle card is called the Desert, and the keywords are authentic self, transcendence, courage, and Genesis. So the being is on their path and they're like going towards the crystal. So yeah, this is like a pretty powerful set of cards we have here. I haven't even, delved into the tarot cards yet. But the courage to follow your path, right? The courage to be authentic. And as someone with prominent Leo placements, we can definitely receive a lot of conditioning societally. At least I have, anyways. People like expecting us to like tone it down somehow. Like, no, no, we are here to shine. Clearly, shining like this crystal. And like depending on, not just your other placements, obviously for me being a Leo rising and Aquarius sun, I always have that like oppositional duality of like be unknown and shine, but be unknown and shine. So it is, of course, every Leo has a different experience of being a Leo, but what I have found is, yeah, I definitely experienced a lot of conditioning earlier on when I was, trying to shine from my heart and be authentic and courageous, and like that just gets shut down because people are like, I don't know, jealous or whatever. I wouldn't say that to just anyone, but you as a Leo rising, like I know that you get that, what I mean. Like when you're trying to shine and people are like, they're too much. Like, no, no, you're not enough. But anyways, okay. So the Empress is very much a heart-centered creatrix, right? Traditionally, we have with the Empress card like like this like mothering energy because you're like birthing, you're creating. But of course, that is more than parenting. Not that that isn't enough, like that is included. But I love to see interpretations. especially now, talk about more than just like mothering children, but like mothering creations and like projects, that sort of thing. What's particular interesting in this deck is you have like the crescent moon continuing forward from the high priestess, which is very much something in the tarot line that you have like each card like builds on the cards before them, which is similar to the zodiac in a way. So yeah, with like the Empress coming in along with that like courage card and like authentic self, I'm feeling very much like we get to create our own reality. But you know, making sure that we are nurturing ourselves along the way and understanding just how powerful our creative potential is and not being like intimidated by that. Because when you understand truly how much potential we hold, like as a Leo rising, it can be a bit intimidating. Like sometimes we're just like intimidated by ourselves and our own greatness, right? So, very much like grounding into the reality of we are amazing creator beings, creatress beings. But it does take some yeah, some courage to fulfill that on that yeah, on those in those higher frequency ways, right? Like if we're going to create, can that be something that you know, serves the earth, serves animals, serves humanity, right? It's very, very important to have art, I believe, that nourishes people, especially now. I mean, it's that's always been the case, but you know, when we have like certain things like systematically going in certain directions where there is like, you know, just like the arts being defunded or whatever is a pretty broad example. And losing, yeah, the ability to have access to even like museums and galleries and like, yeah, social bonding experiences within the community. Like I'm thinking about how like it used to be like yeah, like our tax money could go to like, you know, build a stadium for like sporting events or like concerts or theater. And like because that was built with taxpayer money, that like the residents, the community members would have like some sort of like subsidized or access to the events. But where we have gone instead is like that's owned by like a corporation, even though it was built by tax money, and then they would just use it to like make profit. So like many people can't don't have those additional funds to like attend concerts and attend sporting events. And then we don't get those like yeah opportunities to connect as much and like share the joy with other people in our community, like the excitement that you feel when you're at yeah, like at a show or at a concert, a sporting event, and you're all in that like shared emotional environment together. And like, especially if you're like intuitive or identify as a sensitive person, then maybe you're like, yeah, feeling everyone's feelings. And it's not enough just to feel them at the grocery store, walking down the street when everyone's aggro. Like you need to be in those you need to balance it with those situations where like everyone is feeling joy together. So just seeing how that's like that's so lacking. So having yeah, this potential for us to create beauty in the world around us is like a really powerful, potent opportunity right now to consider. So grounding into that potential and having the courage to embody the authentic self. So there will be some effort required. It might not come easy, so definitely want to like yeah hold the vision that a better world, a better life is possible, and that we're not just going to like let it slide. Like if we know a better future, a better world is possible, a better experience, like you know that we can create as like future ancestors for our descendants. um we get to take steps in that direction. Like even if not everything is going to be fulfilled in our lifetime, like maybe not every single one of all my wildest dreams are going to come true, but we do what's right because it's right. And that does build, right? We do as much as we can, and then you know that that continues. That's energy as opposed to like staying still and not wanting to, go forward in like a progressive way when it comes to living authentically and being in our joy and, yeah, creating just for the sake of creating. So the last tarot card I pulled for us, Leo Rising, is the Three of Cups. So this very much relates to, yeah, to celebration, but it's also a lot about cycles because it's like, the card of harvest and stuff, right? So thinking about, when the fruit is ripe when you pick it. And it's interesting too, because this guy's got this like tool for doing the harvesting. And then these ladies here are like enjoying the results of the harvest. So it's really like, and then you have like growing and creation. So there's a theme going on here. I do think that the Oracle card really ties it all together though with like the courage to be authentic. But what I will say though, as well about the Three of Cups is about joy and celebration. So how we live authentically, Leo rising, is by finding the joy in the little moments and celebrating that and being that like beacon of light and being a beacon of hope and of love. And if we can live from the heart and act from the heart and in integrity, then we set that example and are able to like really lift others up with like our high vibes, right? So obviously, if you know me, I'm not one of those like toxic positive people. Like, if you are in the feelings of depression and you need to feel that to work through it, I don't believe it should be bypassed. But Leo season is different than Cancer season for us Leo risings. Okay. Cancer season is activation of the 12th house, very much that like lunar subconscious depth. And then you move to the first house and the conscious and the sun and shining your light. So it's a good season for us. Objectively and subjectively. So just try to, if it feels aligned, um, try to look for joy and happiness in all moments of life and being with what is and engaging with life organically and seeing if you can be that leading from the heart-centered being. If you can use your popularity for good, if that feels aligned, that would be amazing because we do have the ability to influence others when we are shining that light. Like that is our role here. So stepping into that role in integrity, but having the courage to do that because sometimes it takes courage. We do have an opportunity to really positively influence the people around us and our communities. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like a little bit more, the collective energy forecast is available for you as well. And thank you so much, Leo Rising, for being here.